Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Sam from the Soul of Stella with another pick a card reading, and this is all about your career in the month of November. I'm just shuffling to get our cards, our piles. So ground yourself, take a deep breath, set an intention for this reading. What do you want to get out of it? And use your intuition when choosing a card, choosing a pile here. You might want to pause the video, get comfy, pop some headphones in, and maybe even grab something to take notes with, because with career readings, take everything with a grain of salt always. Only take what resonates, don't let anything take from you, and always get professional advice when it comes to finances. But there are always things that you can improve on. There's always things that come through that help us to develop our skills, to perhaps look in new areas, and rather than pointing the finger at your job or your boss or someone else, it's taking radical responsibility for your own situation. And that's what I love about career readings. You might know I get pretty juiced up about them. But with all that being said, this is pile number 1. The card here says, I can pivot from feeling bad to feeling good. Okay, that's pile number 1. This is pile number 2, card number 10. I can deliberately choose to feel better now. There's a whole list of, I'll read it out in your pile, of information on the back. And this is from Jerry and Esther Hicks. So it's a beautiful affirmation deck. 59, life is always working out for me. So that's card number 59 for pile number 3. 1, 2, 3. Intuitively choose your pile. The timestamps are below. Let's get into it. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, if you want to know about the decks, everything is below in the description box as always. But I'll see you in your reading. Okay, pile number 1. This is your November career reading. You chose card number 11. It says, I can pivot from feeling bad to feeling good. Like the little, on your shoulder, the 2 birds on your shoulder. It says, as you look for a better feeling way to approach whatever you are giving your attention to, as you continue to ask yourself from your ever-changing vantage point, what is it that I do want? Eventually you'll be standing in a very pleasing place. For you cannot continually ask yourself what it is that you do want without your point of attraction beginning to pivot in that direction. Yeah, the process will be gradual, but your continued application of the process will yield wonderful results in only a few days. So you're looking to, okay, I want a better feeling thought. I want a better feeling thought. I want a better feeling situation, occupation, pay packet, all of those things. And so the more you're thinking about those better feeling moments, you are attracting it. Yeah, it's about like rewiring some neurons there, especially with the 11. It's like community, collective, friendship. So I really do feel if you want to feel better about your work, hang out with people who talk highly about the work that they do. Not just colleagues, friends, family. And where people are sitting there bitching about what they do and they're unhappy, but they're not willing to change it, like you're not going to elevate, you're not going to grow. So that feels very poignant for someone right now. Let me get a deck for us. Actually, I'm going to go with this one. So choose better feeling thoughts and you will pivot. And as you know better, you do better. So as you start hanging out with people who maybe are walking, they don't even need to be in the same industry as you, but if they're walking the talk towards what they want, and you're like, okay, these are I wanted to say influencers, okay, but more like mentors. These are the kind of mentors. These are role models, even if they're like younger than you. Okay, it's like a peer group is prevalent here, especially in your friendships. But if this is relating to your colleagues in your workplace, or even clients, okay? So I want to feel better. I want to do better in my business. What kind of clients do you need to stop talking to? Like, you need to fire the C&D customers, and maybe that is by putting your prices up. Maybe that is by changing the language on your copy to speak directly to the community collective that really understands your core message, and they value that, and therefore they pay for that instantly. The Fool at the bottom of the deck. So you might feel like that's risky business. To me, like if that me just saying fire your C and D customers scared the bejeebers out of you, there's a beginner's luck energy about this. You need to kind of come at this with a throw the shackles off, throw the baggage out, especially if the baggage is literally just coming from people who want to have an opinion about what you do, but they really don't understand what you do. You know, I've got people in my life who have never watched one of my videos, not even a mini video. They've never seen me in action at all. And they're like, oh, that's a bit weird. And I'm like, yep, maybe it is. Maybe it is. But I don't care, right? I'm going to hang around the people who want to do better. And that's where you're going to feel better. This person looks rather chuffed with themselves as well. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, especially with that Fool energy. There's pink cheeks, so it's like, oh, I just did that thing. Good on you. All right, November career for pile number 1. 2 of Pentacles. Time to like find some balance for yourself, especially if you feel like you're doing 80% work and only getting 20% of results. You want to turn that around and do 20% of the work to get 80% of the results. You could be, I was about to say you could have 2 jobs, you could have 2 streams of income. One's really stretching you at the moment, and the other one you could do with your eyes closed, okay? The foot in the air is the one that's the eyes closed. It's like I don't even need to look at it, and I've got that one down pat. But this one is stretching me. So whatever it is that's stretching you, an income stream that's stretching you at the moment, it feels like there is limitless potential for both. Okay, but this one needs to have like a rebirth of sorts. This one needs to balance out a little bit. And maybe if you don't want to have 2 jobs anymore, or 3, or 8, because the infinity sign is an 8 when it's upright. Okay, you could have 8 streams of income, and maybe you're like, hang on, I need to balance some things out here. I need to make sure that all this extended effort, right, because she's extending herself, it doesn't just look graceful on the outside, but it's actually like serving me on the inside. And the 4 of Pentacles here is really talking about serving you on the inside, because it's like I'm putting money ahead of everything. I'm putting money over my heart space, and therefore that's like why I'm not feeling so balanced. And that's why you also need to seek out friendship groups or collectives and communities, and maybe making a wish, right? 1111, make a wish. That's going to unchain you. I know it's quite metallic, but unchain you from, like, you feel grounded and stable. Don't get me wrong. There's these 2 pentacle energies are saying you're feeling grounded and stable, but you do have a decision to make about which one of these things needs to go or needs to maybe delegate, okay? You need to find ways to make it feel better for your life so that you can feel as graceful as perhaps you look. Yeah, I feel like you guys make it look easy. Yeah, 10 of Cups. I feel like that's calling you, especially if you are at an age or at a time where you're really thinking about starting a family, or if your family are so important to you and this is the reason why, okay, my why for starting these things. Okay, well, let's start to use our collective to delegate, to get the right help. Let's think about things differently. Let's feel good about things in our business or in our career so we can feel good about our family, especially if there's like family ties or the cycle of life happening right now. It's put something in perspective. And what I mean by the cycle of life, this is a bonus in this deck. It's the Flower of Life card. I will be changing my setup, guys, when I move next year. So you'll be able to see the cards. But right now I'm just super limited for space. But this is the energy of like literally the cycle of life, but I just saw Simba being launched up. Okay, so it's a birth, wanting to have children, or it's a death. Okay, and it's maybe not to that extreme, but it's something has put love and family life and what's really important to you into perspective, coming back to your core ethics and values. And maybe that's why you need to change your content, your copy, your communication with clients or customers, regardless of if this is your own business or not. so that you can, or with your boss, right? So that you can adopt a new way of living for yourself, so that you can set better boundaries for yourself that are like locked in, because it's like, I'm still getting X amount of work done in X amount of time. So in the extra time, let me go, let me live. All right. Why is the two of, clarify the two of stars and the four of stars. What exactly needs to be balanced out here? What exactly? Six of Wands. Yeah, focusing on, like, you're extending your hand here because you know that this one needs to be as successful as this one in the dark, but perhaps this one, the one that's requiring some figuring out right now, is the one that's about to have like the most success. You can see this person standing here in the Six of Wands actually holding two wands. So the Two of Stars and the Two of Wands is really saying like moving towards or leaning towards. It doesn't need to mean that you completely quit something, but leaning into the thing that's going to be more successful soon, very soon. I do feel like, especially if you want to set up a home, because these four wands that are left down here, it's like the home that boundaries built, the home that feeling good built. Okay, so there's a lot of success that needs to be, that is on the horizon, that is just beyond your reach. Just, it's within reach. Let me say that. It's within reach, but it's going to stay beyond your reach if you keep trying to hold on to doing everything. It's like micromanaging, trying to do everything, keeping every single job. But like, if you do have multiple jobs, if this 8 wasn't far off, multiple streams of income, your brain is just at capacity. Like, that's a lot of tabs open at any given moment, even if some of them are happening like while you're asleep. Even if you've got some passive income coming in here, it's like, what is really taking too many resources of your brain capacity so that you don't have fresh ideas, that you can't enjoy, you know, everything that life has to offer here. And let's have a look at that. 10 of Cups, Flower of Life. What's everything that is on offer? Once pile 1 gets their career. Okay, interesting. 2 of Crystals now. So 2 of Swords, the Empress, and the World. So yes, some of you are wanting to have children. Masculine, feminine, you know, gay, straight, whatever is going on here. Everyone's welcome, except for those who have a problem with that. I also feel like this is taking something global. You might even want to travel with family here. There's a decision about like, I can't even think about that yet. I can't even look at that yet because I need to get this right. But also, maybe your body is actually in denial about, and take this as, again, with a grain of salt. I don't like to talk about birth too much, but there's this energy of your body knows what you're holding on to. And if we're holding on to a lot of emotions stored in our body, especially our womb space for those who are femmes, the creation portal there is not flourishing. Okay, so if you're trying to get pregnant, it's not happening, there might be reason to change up things even more so. But I do feel like taking something global. So something needs to end so that something else can begin. Now, it doesn't mean, again, that you quit. It just is ending the cycle of overdoing things, ending the cycle of pessimism, ending the cycle of hanging out with people who aren't valuing your services or valuing their own careers. And so there's just this misery loves company kind of vibe going on here. Okay, so but going global might be launching a website that helps you to streamline a process as well. That's what I'm getting with that world energy. It's like we can be very fixed and set in our ways. We can be very, we can be blind to the opportunities. And that's why we need to give ourselves some downtime, enjoy family life, enjoy positive feelings so that we can refresh and rebirth some new things that can really help us to tap into that limitless potential, that infinity energy. And that's it. It's transformation. The 8th house is transformation. It's mastering something, accomplishing something, especially if it's been on the back burner, but you've been holding on. You don't need to struggle. This is what this is saying. Like, and this, like 2 of Wands is mirroring the 11 here. You don't need to struggle. So you really got 11. Make a wish, change your mood about that, act as if it's already here in the future. Take some action steps around releasing something. To bring more good feeling things into your life. And when we bring more good feeling things into our life, we bring more money into our life. What's the outcome? Yeah, serendipity. It's very much like a stroke of luck. That's with that full energy that we saw before as well. It's like letting something be lightweight and then seeing how many four-leaf clovers actually exist in your world. Exchanging gifts. Yeah, so I do feel like that's coming back to that place of only working with or only hanging out with people who have something to give rather than draining you as well. It's like you feel like you're giving so much right now. Things are going to start to align beautifully for you as you find some balance. It's not a dirty word. We're not going to be in balance all the time, especially if you are about to change your life up with family. Time for a nap, yeah. Time for a holiday with that world card, and time to go. Yeah, so if some of you are wanting to completely release a job, that is part of the outcome. But the outcome is walking towards a new beginning. It's like we're going to wake up and we're going to have more energy. We're going to wake up and the fox is asleep here. So you're cunning, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. Of like, we don't want to manipulate people in business, in career. We don't want to manipulate money, okay? That you just don't F with stuff like that. But it's like, I also don't want to F with people who are cunning towards me, so I need to set better boundaries so that I'm not a doormat to them. It's the kind of people who just come around to disrupt you, hang about your computer so that you're not meeting your targets, or gossiping so that you feel like I can't do X, Y, and Z because this person is judging me, looking at me, wondering why I'm doing that. Go and do what you need to do. Only work with people who are mutually mutually beneficial to you. And time to go. I want to get what's going to be the advice card today? I think we'll go with the miracles now and also the Moonology. Like I said in the intro, all the decks are always in the description box below. And same with if you'd like to book a personal reading with me. I do have an hour-long business breakthrough session that I do. It's on my Etsy store. You can check that out in link in bio. Link in bio. In the description box. What channel am I on? Okay. I can find peace in every breath. Yeah, that's that serendipity is a little like peaceful. It's also like catching your breath. And that's why you've got these rosy cheeks. It's like you're non-stop running. Your adrenals probably need to chill. If I want to feel supported, I must support myself. That is perfect. I'm so glad we used that. That's the Gabby Bernstein deck, by the way. And final advice here for pile number 1 when it comes to career in the month. Relax. New moon in Cancer. Yeah, so Cancer, you've got this like birth energy, this mother energy coming through with the Empress here. You also have last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind, okay? It's in the reverse, so your mind is just so full right now. I don't usually read reversals in that, but it's like you're not even giving yourself time for like the daily rituals. You're not even feeling the flower of life because you're not in the flow of life right now. Right? This watery energy here, you're not really in flow, especially if like for my femmes, if your cycle is really out of sync right now. I feel like there's a health issue or just a stress level issue that needs to like be reconnected. You need to reconnect with your flower, so to speak, so that you can kind of be present in life again, be part of the intricacies of life again, rather than like it's so much more than just money. And I know that's easier said than done when you're struggling or anything like that, but like you're about to do so much better with the support of actually feeling happiness in your life. Like, what is the point of it all unless you're really fully feeling joy and happiness in your life, especially if you're wanting to call in a relationship where you can start a family. Like if this isn't even on your agenda, but it's like I can't think about it, this reading is 100% for you. So I hope this helps. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below. I love to read your comments. I'm wishing you all the best of luck. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile number 2. This is your November career reading. You chose card number 10. I can deliberately choose to feel better now. It almost looks like you're about to announce something as well, with this flourishing trumpet call, da-da-da-da, here we go, okay? But 10 is also the completion or achievement of something. It's finally, and it's very, 10th house is very career, ambition, social status, power. Look at me, like, time to be in the spotlight. Something here is like, I'm deliberately doing this. I'm deliberately putting myself in success's way, okay? Let's see what it says on the back. Not only does the thought you are choosing right now attract the next thought and the next, and so on, it also provides the basis of your alignment with your inner being. As you consistently and deliberately think and speak more of what you do want and less of what you do not want, you will find yourself more often in alignment with the pure positive essence of your own source. And under these conditions, your life will be extremely pleasing to you. Yeah, so I'm sick of the situation I'm in now. I'm sick of living in my do not want. And my do not want list is growing and growing and growing. And I want what I do want. And I want it now, is kind of the energy coming through here. It's like, it's time to renew. It's time for this cycle to end and for me to finally shine. I also feel like you are at peace with this decision. There's something here where you're like, you know what, this is for my best interest and I feel really good about it. I feel good about being loud about something. I feel good about speaking up and standing out. And I'm going to show up to show out. I also feel like this is something that's going to have a lasting effect with the ray of light that's shooting out the top of that card too. Beautiful energy. What does pile number 2 need to know for career in November? 4 of Pentacles. What does pile 2 need to know about career? That flipped but didn't come out. It's Ace of Cups and it was in a blockage position. Judgment. What does pile number 2 need to know about career? Yeah, you are sick of yourself right now. Or you're sick of your situation, okay? It's not so much yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. I love you. That's where this Ace of Cups, wow, throat chakra. Spitting truth here, and that's why it hurts. Oh my goodness, my voice. It was completely fine before. This is where this Ace of Cups is in this blockage position. It's asking for you to love on yourself because you're almost like holding yourself hostage here. If you can build a 4, you can build a 10, 100%. You're working your way to that 10 of Pentacles. However, are you loving the journey? Are you loving yourself? Are you allowing any love in at the same time? Like romancing your life at the same time? Are you celebrating the small wins? There's a now or never kind of energy here with this Judgment. And again, with the trumpet. So I do feel like there's an announcement of sorts, especially where it's like you've been working on something, or you've been putting effort into something that you perhaps... Now, I just heard, don't delete my baby. Okay, is that DMA's? Okay, there's a song lyric in that. Don't delete my baby. Okay, so you might want to go look up the lyrics of that. It's a good tune. But there's an energy of something you've been working on for a while, or something you worked on in the past that needs some love poured back into it because you felt love while you were building it, and it got you like not even halfway. It got you some success, but you're wanting to revisit it. Okay, that's for some of you. You're wanting to revisit something. Otherwise, this is something brand new, but it's like now or never. We've got to launch this now. We've got to go for it now. It does feel like it's divinely guided, and this will part the seas in terms of, like, look at this energy. It will part the seas in terms of, here I am putting myself on the spotlight, right? Putting myself out there, and maybe this is you, but I actually see you as this person because you're blowing your trumpet, and here you're blowing it because you feel divinely called. You feel divinely backed, okay, by the angels. You're spreading your wings, you're spreading your arms, and you're like, I'm taking up space. I'm taking up the stage, whatever the stage of life is. And you're saying to your audience, to whoever you are showing out to in your career, here I am. I know that the angels have got my back, but it's now or never. So there's a timely reminder here that something needs to happen like yesterday, okay? But that's where you're deliberately choosing to feel better now. And emphasis on the now, okay? Because perhaps you've been waiting until, and that's where you're like, well, my muscles are building. Okay, I was looking at my muscles today and I was like, okay, but my muscles are getting better, just because it's almost like at that stage where you kind of look bulkier before you look trimmer, because you're building muscle in certain areas. So this is like the energy of, but my strength is in the now. My strength is taking action timely, because this is hovering and this won't last forever. Like this will go. That's why it's teetering. Something that's in a blockage position, it can go either way. You can empty that cup and you're just dry, right? Or you can have the cup and it's completely overflowing. At the moment, you're like, I'm A-okay, but I'm not excellent. So that could be financial. Just because it's an Ace of Cups doesn't mean it's not financial. In fact, this is the only Pentacle card here, but the strength is in taking action with the infinity symbol here, with the 8 on its side, card number 8 with the Leo energy, standing out, standing proud, and it's utilizing something that you love. So even, I'm hearing comedy. So even if this is something that you tamed the beast, that is perhaps depression, okay, or anxiety, the 4 of Cups can often talk about that, but this 4 of Stars does feel very chained, okay, chained to the way society wants you to be, wants you to act. You've tamed that beast and now you're overcoming it. So the strength only gets better and better. The muscles only become better and better because of the effort that you're switching up, the effort that you're extending to kind of say, here I am. I hope that makes sense. Okay, what exactly is this Ace of Cups here? What exactly is this Ace of Cups? Clarify the 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Goodness me, whole story. The World, the Sun, the 6 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups. Yeah, it's like you don't need to keep staying in this position. Like you've passed the test here. Something has already ended and something else has already begun. So why are you still feeling like, I mean, it's almost like you didn't get time to grieve an old passage, and I did say stage of life, and I was talking more about an actual platform stage, but this is like a stage of life that you almost didn't get to grieve, and so you're not realizing how good it is right now. You're not realizing how beneficial something is right now. You're not realizing that you're not chained to the old program, paradigm, story time of your family or legacy, or of what your boss or your grade 3 art teacher told you that you couldn't do. You're actually 6 Pentacles now instead of 4. Like you're actually getting there. And there's that double Leo energy. There's this real energy of being the sun. Like something's revolving around you. Like, in fact, I feel people are going to celebrate around you. You are, or you're, okay, so the other thing about the 10th house is this can appear like the dominant parent. So you already are the breadwinner, or you already are someone who is commanding attention. So, and you seem to be getting the rewards for it, but you're still grieving and you're not realizing that these 2 cups, when you turn around, they're here. It's a soulmate energy. It's like, wow, once I release any negativity around how I feel, and it's really just an appreciation for what you have right now. We were talking here about focusing on what I don't want. Well, there's a lot of these things that you don't even have. So I would open a notes section in your phone and I would label it mastery. I would label it appreciation. I wouldn't label it strength. Whatever feels good for you. And then all throughout the day, where there are moments, especially doing work, where there are moments where you realize, I am the main character energy. I bring the heat. I bring, the life here. You've got this life force energy. It's an appreciation of self, an appreciation of how far you've come, to realize that you can let bygones be bygones and you can let love in. But you can let love into every day, romanticizing your life, giving yourself a milestone gift for something that you've achieved. Maybe saying yes to that date that you feel like, no, I have to have X, Y, and Z done before I can fully appreciate life. I get the feeling that November is feeling like January, but you're still thinking that you've got 2 months left of the year that you need to hustle for. Let's clarify the Judgment and the Strength. King of Wands, Ace of Crystals, which is the Ace of Swords in this deck. Took me a second. Yeah, Ace of Swords. So King of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's clarity around a plan. Oh, hang on a minute. My plan, it's almost like, hang on a minute. The universe's plan is already working for me just because I didn't have a written plan, right? Or a spoken plan, or just because I didn't realize it didn't mean it wasn't happening. Like, it's a big realization that things are actually okay, not just okay, but they're gonna be even better when I start choosing to feel better. What's the advice here? I also feel like you becoming more passionate about something, becoming more passionate about standing out, becoming more passionate about growth, will help you to, it's like time to use that willpower. You're kind of plod, and it's like I'm only using half my, for some reason I'm seeing, I used to be a competitive swimmer, and for some reason I'm seeing like if you just extend your arm that much longer, especially on like the last stroke, you're going to hit the wall before someone else does. So you're only utilizing, it's like you're not stretching far enough, and that's that willpower, determination, like spiritual beliefs, like getting everything on the right path. It's like really getting that dough nice and doughy, exactly how you want it, so it's going to rise up exactly how you want it. And that's the strength here is you realizing this. The strength here is you then communicating this. And how do you communicate it? You communicate it in how you dress. Hair, especially with all this Leo energy, maybe getting a haircut and you're like, oh, pile them too, they mean business. It is happening. I know that seems superficial, but you communicate it in your body language, in your vocabulary, even in your boundaries. Like, I don't send messages at 4 a.m. because I don't want people blowing up my phone at 4 a.m. So I will schedule that shit until 9 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, what's at play here? Time to go. Exchanging gifts. Oh, pile number 1 got those too. What's at play? Yeah, if someone or something has left your life, it's actually a blessing in disguise. All that glitters. Yeah, you're on your way to so much abundance, especially in the arts, okay? That just that level of stage is kind of showing up. Speech and drama is what I just heard. Speech and drama. When you align more with those things, you become stronger and stronger. There's also a level of like playing with things. This person running is playful. This ballerina jumping out of the box with the cat is very playful. It's being less strict on yourself so that you can realize where you are already in command, okay? The yang masculine energy. It's also card number 1, so it's seeing yourself differently. And again, it's like appearance, but it's also new beginnings with the sun. So there's a lot, like you've got a lot of good vibrations. Rub your hands together and feel that energy, okay? That's yours. And then you've got card number 11, by the book. You're doing everything by the book. You're not going to forget that, okay, with these elephants. You're not going to forget that. But if you stick by the book, your trunk never goes up. And as you might know, with the elephants with their trunks up, it's lucky, okay? So it's okay to break out of like doing everything just right when things are actually going better than you even had time to kind of realize. All right, what's the final advice here? What's the advice here for pile number 2 in November? The moment I begin to celebrate myself, yes, and focus on my successes is the moment I begin living. Oh my goodness. You know what is lighting up? My solar plexus, okay? Right here in your belly button is this personal power. So you're very in touch with your personal power. That's why all this yellow, all this Leo energy is here. This sun energy is here. I allow that, and that's walking into a room knowing I got this, okay? Head held high, again, body language, shoulders back, and just radiating this light that emanates from you before anyone even hears you say anything. I allow people to witness their behavior so I can help them move beyond it. So rather than fixing everyone else's problem, you're like kind of staying silent, so not to be the fixer for everyone else, and letting them sort their own stuff out, because this is going to take up a lot of your energy. Standing up, it's going to take a lot of your energy. So you can't run around and continue to save everyone, especially where people may have hurt you, especially where there's been endings, okay? Where you've had to really let people go. And maybe this is like a year-long process. I'm just seeing that one in my mind's eye and the one up here in the 10. It's been a year-long process to kind of let someone else go and then step into the limelight of your own life without that person by your side. For some of you who've had a really intense breakup, it's okay. You don't need to respond to everyone and everything. You don't need to be there for everyone and everything, because they're going to move beyond it when they see you being the role model, when they see you being like living in your true authentic vibration and spotlight, okay, in your power. Final advice here for pile number 2. Breathe through the tension. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay, so it's going to be an intense like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 before you get on stage, and then you go for it. And full moon in Pisces, forgive. So forgive your old self for, maybe waiting these 4 long months of denying yourself love or holding on too tightly to money while you were actually growing and everyone around you was trying to celebrate you. Forgive yourself for that, but forgive other people too who perhaps you felt were blocking your blessings because you did the right thing, you let them go, or you're about to, okay? For some of you, you're about to speak up, and that's going to be part of the process, but that's getting into a love reading. But I feel like there's some beautiful resensitizing here with the 2 water sign advice cards. Breathe through that tension. They're both full moon, so full moon in Scorpio, full moon in Pisces. Very much asking you to manifest, celebrate, okay? Ceremonies at full moon, so celebrate something, make a ritual of something, ritualistically celebrate yourself and tap into your ultimate divinity, which is, I'm called to do this, so I better freaking do it, okay? That's your big magic. All right, I love you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the link in the description, and you can check out all the cards and everything else I have to offer in the description box as well. Have an amazing month. Hold your head high. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 3, this is your November career reading, and you chose card number 59. It says, life is always working out for me. I get the feeling that your third eye is opening, your throat chakra is opening. I feel like all your chakras are clearing from the ground up, but it's being led by your third eye, definitely. Interesting. I get the feeling you might be having like dreams that are alluding to what you need to do next, dreams that are figuring out things for your career, your money, your job, your business. Some really creative ideas blossoming is the energy that I'm getting off that card. Let's see what it says. Okay, so this is written in a way that this is a quote rather than just, a message from Jerry and Esther. This is, I like understanding that things are always evolving. And while there are many things that could be better where I am, it is not really a problem because where I am is constantly changing to something better. I like knowing that as I look for the best things around me where I am, those things become more prevalent in my experience. It is fun to know that things are always working out for me, and as I watch for the evidence of that, I see more evidence of that every day. Yeah, watching, definitely seeing things differently, seeing things clearly, seeing what others do not see, seeing details, seeing souls. There's something here, maybe you're moving into spiritual work as well. Or you're increasing your spiritual abilities. That's going to increase your finances. All right, what is at play? Oh, I just got full vertigo. Well, vertigo where I felt like my face was going to hit the table. Weird feeling. And that was just after I talked about a spiritual up-leveling. So that is definitely a symptom, especially if it's really full on for you. I know that it gets pretty full on for me. It gets pretty intense for me. What's happening for pile number 3 in career in November? What do they need to know? going to help them out the best? Okay. Pretty choppy cards. Like, so you could be chopping and changing a lot. 2 of crystals. So 2 of swords. And King of Wands. Yeah, choppy. Things are getting in the way. Blockages. 6 of Pentacles. Wow. Pile number 2 got literally all these cards except for Justice. Interesting. Alright, bottom of the deck is you have the 5 of crystals, which is the 5 of swords in this deck. Actually, I'm not even... Let's address that, but I'm going to get straight into, can you clarify the 2 of crystals and the King of Wands? It's like you're not seeing your full power or your full potential, or you haven't been, but now you will. And that's the intense thing. The intense spiritual, okay, with the King of Wands. The intense spiritual glow up here. The intense plan here. The intense glow up here. 5 of Wands in a blockage position. Clarify the 2 of... And the Knight of Crystals. Yeah. So you're moving things forward with, okay, well, now that I see it, now that I feel it, I can't deny it, I can't unsee it, I've got to speak up, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. It's bringing a lot of, it's taking away the competition. You're no longer in competition with yourself, and I want to say you're no longer COCK blocking yourself, okay? Especially where you might work in a man's world if you're a femme, or if you are like a younger man in a typically older men's industry. F what everyone else thinks, but there's like someone has been, and I feel like it's you, but maybe some other people have been trying to pull the wool over your eyes about how much power you can yield and wield. Yeah, the lizards here are catching my attention. You're this great beast, this great dinosaur. You've been here before. You know things that people shouldn't know, right? You've got this awareness. And they're trying to make you like something that they can tread on. They're like, yeah, you little dinosaur can sit down here. Like, lizards are ancient, but actually your throne is carved with the lizards here. And in fact, the geckos are translucent. And so there's that awareness. There's that thin veil between knowing what to do in the physical realm and then just not being able to explain why you know what, why you know things that other people don't know. For some reason, I'm hearing some of you this might pertain specifically to finances, investment, working with money, like accounting, but like higher level finance stuff. It's like, why do you know that about that? And so they're kind of scared of your power of just trusting your gut instinct, trusting your third eye. And they've tried to be competition, but you're seeing past that now. And that's where you're rushing forward, or opportunities are rushing forward. In fact, what is rushing forward? I feel like people who want to give to you equally. And look at this. It's like people are starting to bow down. Oh, wait, you've got to teach me your ways. Oh, wait, I'll give you this if you give me that. You know, people are starting, instead of, because you level up and you and I'm hearing you kind of stand up. So if you came from pile 2, like this is like at the next level of that. If you've really stood up recently for yourself, just like looking different, especially like a very like physically fit glow up, more so than like makeup or anything like that. It's more about physical fitness here. It's that kind of discipline has disciplined your mind into thinking, no one is my competition but me. And I think that people are starting to then go, okay, well, in order to, there's the 6 of Pentacles also relates to the Justice, because you've got the balance scales here as well. These people are like, well, in order to keep the balance of power here, we don't want to lose you from their company or as a client or whatever it is that you do for career and money. So they're willing to kind of compromise, but it's not so you lose out this time. Okay, it's from a place where you, and I just got a phone call, so people, like, your phone's going to be starting to blow up. It's from a place where you are respected as much as you have previously respected them. Okay, it's from a place where you, in their mind, they've elevated you, but you're still you. Because it's you against you. Okay, yeah. What's happening here? Yeah, with this justice, I feel like this involves like big buildings. Like literal Wall Street. Interesting. What is the... Who's coming towards... It's like a rare message from someone. Who is coming towards? Yeah, Tower. Okay, so someone might come and headhunt you for a higher level or a higher role. You're bound to be appreciated better. Or you're winning a... like you're exposing something. So you're winning like a court battle, or you're winning a he said, she said kind of battle here. It's like I escaped the burning building because I had to just focus on myself. I didn't want to go down with, you know, the crowd. I didn't want to go down with the naysayers, the haters. It's like you chose not to get involved with someone's silly little scheme or multiple someone's silly little schemes. And that's put you in a position of, and everything else that you're doing has put you in a position where people are like, hey, you've got something to say and you lived, like you survived, so teach us. And then justice doesn't always come across to me as a teacher energy, like ever. Yeah, people are wanting to celebrate you, praise you, promote you. I feel like it's a long time coming. It's like you've given a lot to people, now they're finally giving to you. But they almost had you believing that you were never going to, you know, that it was never going to work out for you until you started trusting yourself. Tell me just one more card on the Justice. One more card on the Justice. It's like you're getting Employee of the Year or something like that as well for some of you. Yeah, literally, like this is healing some kind of injustice that you've been suffering in money and career for a while. The world, yeah. The end of one thing and the beginning of a new thing. The end of one job, the beginning of another. Is it disruptive? Yes. Is it exciting? Yes. Is it working out for you? 100%. This is healing your heart space. It's healing your like calling, your passions, your spiritual beliefs, especially if you were with a company where you're like, I don't appreciate this company's core ethics and beliefs. They sprout a lot, but they spout a lot, okay? But for some reason they sprout came to mind just because there's lotus sprouting out here. It's like they kept popping out ideas but never really following through on anything or putting real heart behind anything, and you were like, hang on, this is not how I want to do things. I want to work with a company whose ethics are on point. Justice, the star, healing, and this group of people are going to appreciate you. This group of people, and if this is you going out on your own, which that can happen, especially if this involves some kind of like online education. It's like you're breaking down the foundations of a big building that was like an establishment or the rules of way things were done, and you're being celebrated for it because like the big guys, I'm hearing anarchy, so the big guys just were like fooling everyone, and you can see that happening all over the world right now. So you're very in alignment with the collective energies at the moment. But yeah, I feel like you're about to be elevated to a position of leadership, or just fully appreciated where you know this is your destined path. I'm on the right journey. This is like, it really is working out for me because I'm true to who I am. And I'll never go back. No place like home. Okay, so for some of you, you've left an establishment and you're doing this from home. Again, home can be anywhere though, because look at this, like dangling on a little staff there, dangling in the sky. Hello. Right, so it's traveling while you work perhaps as well, but no place like home is like, I'm not changing for anyone anymore. I'm only changing for myself. Flexible, right? You've been too flexible for some people, and it's time to be flexible for yourself, literally. And then come to the edge. It's okay to dance on this new precipice, okay? If that's all that's left from that little tower, you're taking it and you're rebuilding something for yourself. Okay, beautiful energy. What's the overall advice here? This is a quick reading. It's very matter of fact, which is actually a really good thing because I feel like you're busy. Like you ain't got time to be effing around. You just needed to know, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm focusing on myself. I'm growing up. I'm growing my muscles again. If you come from pile number 2, makes a lot of sense. And I'm not ruined. I'm taking what's left of someone else's trash is someone else's treasure, and you're really turning it into something that's like, even if it's 2 pillars and there's no building, I'm good, because I'm standing on what are 2 pillars of strength. You put an archway over that, that's a new home. No place like home. It's standing on business. It's balanced. Okay, that's the overall advice. And 2 pillars is like the second house of material possessions, value, again, physical body, and loans and lending. So money, like a lot of this feels like you guys work in money, or you're just starting to like collect money. And make sure, I don't know if this is a thing for you guys, especially Australian notes, right? Putting the notes in color coordinated levels, of course, like the 5s at the front, but windows all together, and then put a piece of citrine in your wallet as well. Just a little thing that I do. Even at my actual like work job, all the notes have to be like windows up. Relationships are assignments for optimal growth and healing. Yeah. Even relationships at work. Relationships are assignments for optimal growth and healing. You're like, this is who I don't want to be, and you tried to mold me into that, and like mentor, you taught me a lot, but you also taught me what I don't want to be, and that's where I'm growing and healing. When I honor my feelings, I find my power in powerless situations. Yeah, honoring your feelings and honoring your truth, knowing that you know things that other people don't know. And it's not a cockiness about you, it's actually a real grounded, let's get to work energy about you. Rather than you being aggressive and argumentative, you're a leader, you're creative, you're strategizing. Okay, last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Yeah, so an eye for detail is what we were talking about before. And look at that, there's a whole landscape and a beautiful city kind of being rebuilt. Ancient city though, so you've done this before. You can do it again. Whether in this life or a past life. Or whether it was in a love relationship and you're bringing those ethics into a work relationship. Okay, and new moon in Cancer, relax. Once you're there, you know that you've got everything you need. I also feel like if you've had digestive issues, heartburn and the like, because I saw like the chakras opening up and just feeling a lot of soothing energy right there as well at your chest, kind of like esophageal energy. All these deep teals are really like hinting that there's relief in that space, and that's because you've been like your throat and those kind of digestive issues that give heartburn, that builds up to your throat, burns your throat, is because you are saying things you don't want to say. You're using power for your own pleasure rather than for purpose, I guess, is probably the way to say it. And bottom of the deck is take a reality check. Okay, so where am I putting in so much effort but not getting enough back? Okay, with that 6 of Pentacles, you're only working with people who want to give back to you. I do feel promotion, pay rise, new job opportunity, new business opportunity, and feeling brand new in your body is prevalent here, and in your mind too. Like with your third eye open, I just feel a sense of calm, and that's where this new moon in Cancer is saying like, it's okay. Set some intentions around caring for that new skill, that new feeling, or for recognizing that long held ancient skill or feeling, and really recognizing it and being like, okay, I can utilize this to my benefit. I can utilize this in all areas of my life. You're original. And I want to say, I don't know why this is coming across, but like original gangster. Okay, so something like really Wolf of Wall Street coming through now, of like a lot of competitive people that you just not wanted to F with. You know, you're just like, I'm not even competing with you, so chill out. And it's actually working out for you. Closing that chapter and moving on to more productivity, which equals abundance for you. So all the best with this. Have an amazing month. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. If this resonated, let me know in the comments below how it did. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.